Good morning and welcome to this week's studio vlog with me, Carolyn from Crafting with Glorious Purpose, where here we make unique and custom gifts for you or for that special someone. Stay tuned this week. We are prepping for a market. Everybody, and welcome to Sunday. So here we are in the craft room. It's a little messy, but I did make some progress cleaning up. I got shirts pressed, so we got new hoodies. So we're going to be wearing those to our new events this year. And I also was able to get my sticker book and everything packed for 2 weeks from now. So I have all my products ready to go. Did the tablescape today, worked out great. Yeah, so we're well on our way, and I'm gonna keep plugging away at working on finalizing this collection. I got my teaser out there, and like I said, it's Sunday, so I'm gonna take my break now after cleaning for a little bit. Got some things put away. I'm waiting for the sun to go down a little bit so that I can kind of do my test photography for my shadow boxes. And once I get that ready to go, then this collection's ready to launch. So I'm super excited, but I'm going to go get started on dinner. So I will catch you tomorrow. I also wanted to show you my quick and down and dirty um, idea for photographing my stickers. So I wanted to do something a little more woodsy. So I had this where I kind of cropped it in a little bit, but I have these rested on some acrylic little squares. Actually, they're resin that my son and my husband made for me. So I have these all photographed. I also photographed my decals. So those are ready to go. But I basically got myself some of the reindeer moss from Dollar Tree, and they had some fern. So that's what I used and cut it apart. And what was nice, there was some like random leaves and stuff in there. Like, I don't even know what they are, but those worked out great too. Good morning, everyone. This is the week of first, actually, first day of March. It's March 1st today. We are in market prep mode. We have a market not this weekend, but the following weekend. We're getting things prepped, we're getting things ready, and we're also working on launching our collection. So this week we're going to have some loose ends to tie up for the market. If you saw in the beginning, Sunday, I spent going through my merchandise and getting things packed. So I'm already there. And then I have my collection pretty much done. I just need to photograph, which is why I'm down here. It's super early and it's kind of dark and dreary, which is perfect conditions to work on photographing these shadow boxes because I need the light to be enough that you can see it, but also dim enough that you can see when the lights are on too. So I'm going to work on getting those photographed here before the sun comes out. So I'm going to get started on doing that, and we'll maybe catch you around lunch. Hopefully we'll get some more stuff done, and figure out what we have left to do. I know we have to make a basket, and I know we have to make a couple other things for that event, but otherwise we're packed and ready to go. So let's get started on photographing these boxes. And welcome to Wednesday. So today I am coming down here very late. I had like 2 or 3 minutes until I got to log on to work. But I did finish working on a teaser for my collection, and I will put that here. It's also on my Instagram if you follow me there. So that is up and running. I got quite a few views pretty quickly, so I was pretty excited about that. I am still trying to figure out my Nessie box. That's the only holdup I have at this point. Um, I think Nessie looks really good. The only problem is I don't know how to fix Nessie because he's floating. Um, I ended up not using the ripples on the floating layer and putting it in the background because it didn't read right. And now the only thing on the floating layer is Nessie. Nessie is too large that would flop over in the box if I cut it out of paper. So that's kind of why I wanted to leave it that way. So Nessie's going to be sitting here with me today, and I'm going to try to figure out the best way to fix her. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm at a loss. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that. But the other cool thing is, I've actually already started on volume 2. I've been hard at work on my iPad, and I have two. Well, let me take this back. I got one realized, one in progress, and I told you guys I would want to do the Yeti. So the one I have completed is a Kraken, and it's probably one of my favorite ones. It looks really cool, and that one is ready to go. And I also just started working, and probably about halfway, there's some. I think it's a little too busy, so I got to go in and kind of make some tweaks. But I have Mothman, which is my next one, and um, I got an idea and a sketch done for a Yeti, which I wanted to do for closer to Christmas. So this way I can release these as I get them done and add them to the collection and have it keep going on. So I have 3 more for volume 2. Um, so yeah, it's going to turn out really cool. So I'm going to leave you here. I'll catch you at lunch where we can kind of work on some other things. And I do have some updates on my craft show that I do want to kind of give you. So until then, off to work. Hello, everybody. It is Friday, Friday, Friday. Thank God. This week has been crazy at work, and I am over it. But I'm getting a lot of cool stuff done for my collection. So I'm hoping to be receiving my sample shirts here in the next day or so. They were shipped by Printify, so I'm excited about getting those. And then once I see how those print, then I can work on coming up with a day to actually release and launch this. I did make some edits to Bigfoot because I was working on some other ones and I realized that he was just kind of blah. So I added a little more detail to him, not too much, but just a little more. Um, Mainly because like I did the first round of these guys, and then when I started doing the second round, I was getting a little too detailed and they didn't look like they were in the same collection. So I went in and I added a little more to Bigfoot. The other ones still hold up, but I wanted to change him up a little bit just because he's just a blob. Is what he looks like. So I need to still work on this Nessie box. It's driving me a little batty. I think my solution might be adding another layer to the front to cover the where the water line where he meets, or she. I keep saying he. I don't even know what Ness. I think Nessie's a girl. Um, it Nessie. But I want to put a water line right in the front where they pop out of the water. So then maybe I can do like a little ripple or something, kind of pushing it behind so that Nessie could still be on the floating layer. So I got to still work on that. Hopefully this weekend I can kind of cut another layer and see what that looks like. I still need to work on the basket for next week's show. I do have to say that I am slowly getting more and more agitated about this show next weekend. The organizer seems nice enough. I've never done this show before, and I don't know anybody that has. And they seem to do it every year. they're either very overwhelmed or just assume that everybody knows what to do. I've had to email them a few times just to get the basic information. Like, am I supposed to bring my own table? Where do I go? Like, where do I unload? Um, and I get one word answers back or very vague. Like, I asked like what the table sizes were. Like, I was like, what's the size of the space that I have? Because none of the communication has anything about any of that. Um, and the answer was they're usually 6 foot. Does that mean you sometimes have 8 foot? Like, I don't know what tablecloth to bring. So um, I gave it a little while, and then he sent another email and was like, so what do we, I send like a bulleted list and I get like a sentence back. That doesn't really answer all my questions. So the last communication that we got, she sent it out to everybody and didn't blind copy them, which is a pet peeve of mine. Um, but regardless, it actually had a list of things saying that they think they ran out of tables. So they want to know if people can bring their own to respond and let them know. So then I was like, well, if you don't have enough tables, do you have enough chairs? So I responded just back to her and said, we'll be happy to bring our own table. This way, at least I know I have a 6 foot table and I don't have to bring different tablecloths. So I was like, I'll bring a table, but do you have enough chairs? And she responded back, we should have enough chairs. So we'll be bringing our own chairs just because I have a feeling this is poorly organized. Don't know that I would do this event again. I'm just doing this to not back out of it um, and be that person. But unless I do extremely, extremely well, which I highly doubt it, I don't know that I would sign up for this event again based on this organizer. They say that they're busy and that, they will respond via email is the best way to contact them. And it's days before you hear back. And um, I've worked with schools before and never had this much. I mean, they're like right on it. So I don't know, but regardless, I don't want to knock it until I've done the event, but I don't have high hopes for this one. I have to work on this basket, which I don't want to do because now I'm like, you know what, I don't even want to give away this stuff because, but anyway, um, so yeah, that's what I have left on my list for this week is I want to do that. And I also want to work on a banner for my Shopify sooner than later, just as like a teaser before I actually put the items live. So I just want to have something on there saying that this collection is coming soon so the people that are visiting now can see it and kind of go from there. I also have successfully had Google crawl all of my pages. So my site is active and I also deleted that from, or my other site from Google so that it didn't keep crawling that site. So it just isn't available anymore. So I'm hoping that that kind of helps push the new.com more so than it was the big cartel because I was still getting hits on my big cartel, but not, I don't want to confuse everybody with having both of them out there. So I deleted both. Um, and then on the scammer front, I'm getting at least 2 to 4 emails a day asking me if my shop is actively taking orders. This one is called Fit Liberty at Gmail, whatever. Sorry, block. And then a lot of them are about my SEO strategies and that they can guarantee me 30 sales in a month if I give them commission. So I have a long list of email addresses that just keep coming and coming and coming. So they are slowing down. So there is that. And some of these actually are putting They're giving themselves titles, which is even better. So all I can say is at least I'm not getting card tested. So thank you very much, scammers. Um, all right. So I think I'm going to leave you for this week. My next week will be tightening up a few things here and there. I do notice that I am low on a few stickers for the event, so I might replenish some of those. Most of them are like, I have a T-Rex riding a quad, and I had like different variations of it, and I think I need to replenish some of those only because they do well for the boys, and girls. I've had a lot of girls that ooh and ah over the T-Rexes riding a quad. Um, but those are nice to have in there because I have a lot of girly type stickers, and I want to have some other ones that, I have like the gamer ones and things like that, and the boys tend to gravitate towards that. So I want to make sure I still have those in stock. And I'm going to try my best this weekend to try to figure out how I want my table banner to look. And maybe we can work on that next week as well. I want to have like an actual table runner to put down the front. I don't know if it's something I'm going to make myself. We get some fabric that I think matches the brand and get DTF made, or if I'm going to do the other route, whereas I just go through Vistaprint. For right now, unless there's a good 40% off coupon, I'm not doing it through Vistaprint. It's too expensive. So I will have to look into that. But with all that said, I am going to love and leave you, and I'm going to head into work here. Um, I hope that you have a awesome week, and we will catch you next week. And I hope that you like this. If you could give me a thumbs up, or if you don't subscribe, if you could, it would help me out and push me out to the people that this might actually help doing the day-to-day kind of stuff with your small business. So I appreciate you, and have an awesome week. Bye, everyone.